So a few months ago I did a video where I spoke about how the effect of wear on a golf ball might impact how far the ball goes. So it was in response to something that I'd seen on Instagram from My Golf Spy, where they showed and compared the impact of wear on a golf ball and the resulting distance that you could lose. So they were saying that there was a potential sort of 50-yard distance lost on a worn golf ball. Now I had to test this indoors because it was winter, the weather was poor and you couldn't get on the golf course. And some of the responses that I had were, you know, that's not how a launch monitor works, or I didn't understand how a launch monitor works, and that, so I thought it would be worthwhile coming back out onto the golf course to see actually in real world what the impact of the wear on the golf ball has. So we're going to come out, hit some balls. I've got 5 brand new Pro Vs, 5 worn Pro Vs. I'm going to hit some shots and just see where this ball goes and how much impact that there is on the wear of the golf ball in the results that we hit. But stick around to the end because there is a bit of a twist. Right, so we did the test a couple of months ago, and I was genuinely surprised with the results of what I found, but it was indoors and it was using a launch monitor. So now we're going to try this outside and see if we get the same results as what we did inside. So this is an example of my worn Pro V. So you're going to see there, very, very worn out. So this is something that's been in the swing studio for ages, completely worn out. It's not something that you'd ever want to play with because it's absolutely gone. Every one of the worn golf balls is marked up with a red pen to make them stand out, and the normal ones are just unmarked. So like I say, I was surprised when we did this inside as to the results. I'll be intrigued as to see if there's an impact when you come outside. You know, do you lose a lot of distance when you're using worn golf balls? It's worth saying that these ones are significantly more worn than something that you're going to do. We're talking, you know, if you're going to use a golf ball for maybe 18 holes, if you don't lose it and you carry on, how much impact is that going to have? I have no idea how many holes this ball's done to get this in this state, but it's quite a lot. Right, so let's show you where these golf balls are. So I'm not sure how well you're going to pick this up, but the furthest one is sort of out this way here. Now that is a newer ball, that is one of the new ones. The majority of them are all in this sort of area, and then the shortest one being just behind and left of the buggy there, which is an older golf ball. Now, I think the key thing here is that actually it's about flight and stuff. So this shot is slightly uphill, there's a little bit of breeze blowing, and the shorter shots were actually ones that I hit that held up in the wind. The longer shot was something that I got to draw a little bit, and then that's rode on the wind a little bit more. So it's not really fair to turn around and say that the better golf ball flew further and the lesser golf ball, the worn golf ball, didn't fly as far, because to be honest, that isn't the case. It's just that the shot shape dictated the fact that the older golf ball went to the right, and that was the golf ball, that was my swing more than the golf ball for that shot, and the better one I hit, you know, a little bit further. But every other golf ball is more or less within this area here. Now, so if you do that, and you can say that there is a clear mix, there's not a huge difference at all in distance between the worn golf ball and the old golf ball. But what about the twist? So let's go back to the tee. But it's the twist. So upon reading that article further, it was more than just worn golf balls that they were testing. The actual golf ball that they were using, that's saying that was offline, had dimples missing, physical dimples missing. So you're looking at it and you can see 2 or 3 of them shaved off. So I don't know how well you can see that there, but the you know, this has now got a flat spot on the ball, so we're going to hit 5 shots with that and see what impact that has. So when I tee this up, I'm always going to put the flat spot on the same side and just see, you know, where that has an impact in relation to where the ball finishes to the other shots that I've hit. Now, when it comes to the golf ball with the dimples missing, they're all in the trees. So it's put a flat side on a golf ball, it isn't going to fly straight, and then you're going to see a big loss in distance, and to be honest, direction as well, because it isn't going to go straight. But shock that a non-round golf ball didn't go where you want it to. All of the other ones, much as the worn golf balls were showing significant amounts of wear, they're all flying relatively straight, keeping up with what are the newer golf balls. And as with the test that I saw indoors, I didn't see any discernible difference in distance, and I don't see any discernible difference in distance out here that would prevent me from playing a slightly older golf ball. Definitely not to the level of seeing a 50-yard drop off in distance. I do think that there would be a drop off in distance, but in order to properly measure that, you would have to hit thousands and thousands of golf balls to get a much bigger sample size, to get a more accurate reading. And I'm not gonna I haven't got time to hit 1,000 brand new Pro V1s up here to just test a theory that I don't see a huge difference in distance. Not between good quality worn golf balls and old ones. You will see a difference in distance if you hit late balls, and do not hit refurbished golf balls because they are rubbish. They might not even be what you think they are. But there's nothing wrong with a golf ball that's played a few holes, done a round of golf. It's not going to result in a catastrophic loss in distance. So this sort of proves exactly what I saw inside a few months ago. The outside results are exactly the same, which, you know, it shows that, you know, how good the launch monitors are and how accurate the data is, and the fact that you can trust that information, because it does bear fruit when you come outside. I'm getting exactly the same results, which is, to be honest, what I expected to see. But as we move into the summer, we are going to be coming outside a little bit more, which will be great. But if you want to learn a little bit about how Scotty Scheffler's secret to changing his golf game, make sure that you check that video out.